Roger Waters não poupou críticas ao vocalista do U2, Bono, por seu apoio a Israel em meio ao massacre em Gaza. Em entrevista ao Al Jazeera, Waters chamou Bono de grande merda ao comentar a mudança de letras feita pelo cantor em sua apresentação no Sphere, em Las Vegas. Na ocasião, Bono alterou a música Pride, In the Name of Love, para incluir referências ao dia 7 de outubro e expressar apoio a Israel. Waters descreveu o gesto como
one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in my life.
E afirmou:
Anybody who knows Bono should go and pick him up by his ankles and shake him until he stops being a gentle shit. You know, we have to start speaking to these people and saying, your opinion is so disgusting and degrading when you stand up for the Zionist entity. What he did in the Sphere in Las Vegas a couple of weeks ago, singing about the Stars of David, was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in my life.
Veja a declaração de Bono à plateia.
In the light of what's happened in Israel and Gaza, a song about non-violence seems somewhat ridiculous, even laughable, but our prayers have always been for peace and for non-violence. So, but our hearts and our anger, you know where that's pointed. So sing with us. And those beautiful kids at that music festival. Early morning, October 7th, as the sun is rising in the desert sky, Stars of David, they took your life, but they could not take your pride. Could not take your pride. Could not take your pride. Could not take your name.
Além da crítica a Bono, Waters reafirmou seu posicionamento firme contra a ocupação israelense da Palestina e destacou a responsabilidade de todos em se posicionarem contra a opressão.
I'm just so curious to know, I mean, it's a bit of an ethical question. Do you feel that musicians, especially at this point, should be using their platform to protest against the ongoing genocidal assault in Gaza, or is that an imposition?
Yeah, of course they should. But obviously it's not just musicians. Everybody should. Anybody who has a heart and a soul. You know, it's funny you should talk about my show, This Is Not a Drill, that you came to see, right, because we are just in the very last bit of the process of making a film of one of those shows.
Okay.
It was live in Prague, and it was in May in 2023. So it was right in the middle of the lobby trying to prevent me performing that show. They tried to cancel my shows all over Germany and in England. I had members of parliament standing up in parliament saying that I should not be allowed to perform.
Wow.
Now which is interesting. Anyway, we've just about finished this thing. And here's something about it is, in the intermission, because the intermission is 20 minutes long, so we've made the intermission a minute and a half. But there's a message in the intermission. The last song in the first half is called Sheep, and it's about us, and it's about whether or not we resist this, whether we resist capitalism and fascism and war and whatever. And I've added the word in. This was not in the live show, but it's in there now because we put it in. Genocide. So, and that's the last word. Resist genocide is the last thing you see at the end of the first half. And then there's a caption, and it says, if we don't resist genocide, because I dedicate the whole film to all my brothers and sisters engaged in the existential battle for the survival of the human soul. That's how I see it. Okay, so in the middle if we don't resist genocide as hard as we can, I can't remember the exact words, but I say the hammers will have won, because the next song that's about to start is In the Flesh, and it's about the evil of fascism.
Yes.
And the hammers are a symbol of that. And so you hear the crowd going, ha, ha, and builds up to the beginning. So it says, it will all be over.
Yes.
I'm serious. We are engaged in an existential battle for the idea that a moral compass is useful for us to find our way as a species into a future that includes equal rights for all our brothers and sisters. I've said it thousands and thousands and thousands of times. That is why I am vilified. That is why they're trying to destroy me. That is why interviews like this one I'm doing with you are rare. It's very rare that I get to speak to anyone.
Em outra entrevista, no podcast da comediante Kate Halper, Roger chamou Bono de idiota e escroto e lembrou das baladas do vocalista do U2 no rancho de Bush.
What happened to Bono? How can you be Irish and not be outspoken for Palestine?
He's an idiot. Bono's a complete prick. He goes to, I nearly used the F-bomb then.
Okay, you can.
He goes to Davos, for fuck's sake.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, and he did stuff with George
Yeah,
W. Bush.
He just loves living. Yeah, he goes to George W. Bush's ranch and hangs out with his pal. Are you insane, Bono? I'll answer that, Bono. Yes, you fucking are, mate.
Right.
And it's not all right. It's terrible.
No, it's terrible, yeah.
But if you'll be in a band with a bloke who calls himself The Hedge, I mean, what can you expect?
The Hedge or The Edge?
I thought it was called The Hedge.
No, The Edge.
I know that. I know.
Oh, you're making a joke. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know what? Because I thought, French Canadians put H's where there is no H and cut off the H where there is. Yeah.
There
So, okay,
go.
The Hedge. Okay. I get it. He's hedging his bets.
I don't know if he is or not. I don't know if he's even a betting man.
Waters enfatizou que músicos, assim como quaisquer cidadãos, têm o dever de usar sua voz para defender os direitos humanos, argumentando que a defesa desses direitos nasce do amor ao próximo e ao planeta.